It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Getting the right nutrition is essential to achieving and maintaining good health. Yet accessing balanced meals that also support health challenges and fulfill personal tastes is not always as easy as it should be. At Mom's Meals, our passion is to provide nourishment and deliver wholesome meals to the homes of those who need better nutrition to support their health and wellness, no matter where they live. It's the reason we've built our business from our own personal roots, caring for our clients as we do our own family and loved ones. Our menus are designed by professional chefs and registered dietitians to taste great and support the nutritional needs of common health conditions. Clients get to choose every meal, every order. Meals are delivered to any address, no matter how remote. Simply place your order, receive your delivery, heat, and enjoy. To learn more or view the wide variety of refrigerated meals available, visit momsmeals.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Iowa Stops Hunger. My name is Michael Moraine, and I'm part of the team here at Business Publications Corporation, which is continuing this series to raise awareness about food insecurity in Iowa and to inspire Iowans to take action to feed our friends and neighbors across the state. We are really thrilled to be able to share this good news and a little bit of inspiration and some problem-solving examples. But we could not do this without generous support from Hy-Vee, our presenting sponsor, as well as additional support from the Principal Foundation and Mom's Meals. So we thank them for their ongoing support for this initiative. So let's just dive in. Our guest this morning is Deb Fenton-Roe. It's good to see you, and you are a commissioner, as I understand, with the Wapello County Veterans Affairs. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you, Michael, for inviting me. That's very nice. And I hope we'll be able to get a lot of information and word out to people about what's going on with food deserts and just hunger in general.
Let's just jump right in and tell us a little bit about the program that you and others have set up specifically to help veterans in Wapello County put food on the table. Where does it happen? How does it work? Take us through the logistics of it.
Sure. So in the beginning, almost 4 years ago, we were an outdoor distribution, and we were located behind the mall in Ottumwa. And it was still a mobile distribution, so the veterans and or spouses of lost veterans never had to leave their car. And we did that for several months, and we were out in the elements. So we did it through rain and cold and a little bit of snow and 95 degrees. We did it all. Then we realized, okay, winter is coming on. This is not going to be feasible for our volunteers. We didn't want anybody to get hurt in slipping on the ice or anything. So one of our board of supervisors, that was a supervisor at the time, he said, hey, there is the emergency management building, and you might be able to just take that on down there and make it a complete drive-through in the building. So we contacted the emergency management director, Tim Richmond, great guy. He said, absolutely you can. So now we have, they come within the car, and we have two stations actually, when we're kind of going over each other car and registering people. And then they drive right on into the building. We have the setup. There's usually 3 to 4 stops with all of the different food items. The veteran and or spouse never gets out of the car. Our volunteers load everything into the car for them. Then when they're finished loading, there's another overhead door, and they can just drive right on back out again. And it's pretty slick. We are so thankful for having that building.
How often do they come?
So it is a once a month distribution, always on the first Thursday of the month. We do the actual hours for drive-through distribution are 4 to 6. Now in January, we have to move that date to the second Thursday, and that's only because it's New Year's Day on the first Thursday, so everything is closed. Yeah, so we can't use that, but
Well, I'm curious about the numbers. How many folks do you serve, and where does the food come from? Who donates the food?
so in this month, December, we served 250. And that includes veterans or spouses of deceased veterans. We greatly appreciate them coming through too, and try to get the word out to that they're eligible as well. So the food comes from Food Bank of Iowa. They approached the commission about 4 years ago almost and said, hey, we have an entity that would like to set up a distribution for veterans in Wapello County. That entity happens to be the Ottumwa Legacy Group. They, for all 4 years now, they have given the money solely to veterans of Wapello County Food Bank of Iowa to be supported here. So in December, we did have 250. We're so very, very thankful, and we're trying to continue to get the word out to veterans that they're able to pick up. Now, it started as Wapello County. But then we had some veterans that were driving in from all surrounding counties. We have people that come in from Mount Pleasant, Sigourney, Centerville. They're driving in, and we thought, this is great because we're not delegated just to Wapello County. We want to be able to serve any veteran or spouse that can make it there for the drive-through and serve them everything that we can. We also, there are several of our volunteers, including myself and my co-coordinator, who we have names of veterans that are either homebound or have no vehicle and no way to have transportation to go through the distribution line. So we home deliver to them.
Do you know, are there other programs like this in Iowa that serve specifically veterans and their families?
The only other one is Polk County. So out of the 99 counties in Iowa, Polk County started it first. And then they approached Wapello County. Food Bank of Iowa approached Wapello County to see if we would be interested in doing it. So far, we are the only two counties that have any type of organization with it. Now, I'm sure that Polk County probably has spread out into different counties as well, and having people pick up as well. And I don't know what their numbers are.
How would you recommend other counties, if they want to replicate this in different corners of the state, what pieces need to be in place for this to succeed the way it has in Ottumwa?
Well, that's a good question, because not long ago, I had a gentleman call me that lives in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids area. And he said, and he was originally from Ottumwa, but he had moved into that area. And he called and he said, hey, I want to pick your brain. How can we get one of these started up here? Because there's a lot of veterans around there as well that are in need. So we talked about it. And the first hurdle is somebody has to pay for the food because they need to be a donor. It comes from Food Bank of Iowa through the USDA, and then any other monies that the food bank, they reach out and do their own ordering from things. They get a nice break on the cost of different things. So the items that we distribute monthly are always changing. It's not the same thing. And there's a dry box, and in that has a little bit of the 5 basic food groups. And then we have other items that'll be added on. There'll be fresh fruit or a fresh vegetable of some kind. There'll also be a frozen meat of some kind. So this gentleman and I talked a lot about that, and how the process works, how you need to contact Food Bank of Iowa. And actually, where he was at, Food Bank of Iowa, that's not within their county realm. So he was going to need to contact someone else up there that does food bank distribution. So it is quite a process. He said at the end of our conversation, wow, that's a lot of work. I said, it is. It is a lot of work, but it's more than worth it. Yeah.
Are there any surprises that you have learned in this whole process that you wouldn't have guessed when you were just starting out?
As veterans, we were taught when we were serving in the military that we fend for ourselves. We make whatever we have work. I was not very surprised, I'll put it that way, because it's kind of a typical veteran attitude of us inviting people, please come through the distribution. This is a wonderful service, and the veterans saying, no, it's okay, I'm all right. Just save it for somebody else that needs it worse than me. Honestly, there probably isn't anybody else out there that needs it worse than me, quote unquote. So that's not a surprise, although I wish they wouldn't have. We're ingrained with that attitude. Learn to take care of yourself in that. So, but I am nicely surprised how we grew over these almost 4 years. That very first distribution and throughout that summer, we served 60, which we were quite pleased with that. And now, like I said, this month, December, we serve 250, and we do all of that in 2 hours.
That is really good. Deb, I want to invite you. I know you were a veteran yourself,
I am.
and you know some of that mindset that you learn in training, and I'm sure you can communicate with veterans well. What would you tell veterans or their family members just to encourage them to take advantage of a service like this?
I would invite any veteran, any spouse of a deceased veteran, to come. All we need to do is prove that you are a veteran. So we do require that as our distribution line starts in the registration. We do require proof of veteran. I would encourage every one of them to come out, excuse me, and partake in our camaraderie, because as every veteran drives through, they're more than appreciative. They're always like, thank you guys, thank you for doing what you're doing. Some days we're out there and it's 95 degrees and it's hot, and this month in December we were all bundled up, and we actually had to modify it a little bit because that was the night that it was like 0. We modified the distribution where those of us doing the registration were standing right inside the building to get out of the wind. So we're trying to protect our volunteers. So I would invite anyone. It doesn't matter what category you think that you're in financially or not. We're here to help you.
Well, Deb, I want to add my appreciation for your service in the military and now your ongoing service with veterans. If folks want to find out more information, where should they turn to?
I mean, they can always call Wapello County Veterans Affairs. They can always call that. We have, and our Veteran Service Officer, Tim Evans, great guy, and he will then pass on either my phone number or Don Lewis's phone number. The two of us are the co-coordinators from the very beginning, and we're happy to give them any information that they want. We have a Facebook page. I always post it on Veterans of Wapello County Facebook page of when the distribution is going to be. Dawn and I were approached a little over a year ago as well from a Tumble radio group about doing a radio program once a month. So for an hour long, we do that on the same day of distribution. So we hear from the veterans driving through. I heard you guys on the radio this morning, because we love to razz each other, because he's former Air Force, I'm former Army. And so, we like to razz each other and pick on each other. We have a great time. And that's how veterans are. It doesn't matter which branch you served in. We're gonna pick on each other and make fun of each other. But if somebody else makes fun of that veteran, nope, we're there to defend them. So yeah, we welcome all of them, all branches.
That is a cool idea, and we are proud to help spread the word in addition to your radio hour and your Facebook page. So we will keep spreading the word about the good work you are doing in Ottumwa and Wapello County and the whole area, it sounds like. So thank you very much for your good work. Keep it up, and we wish you all the best in 2026 and in the years to come. Thank you, Deb, very much.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate everything.
For our viewers, tune in. This is one episode of many in a growing series of Iowa Stops Hunger, presented by Business Publications Corporation. If you have an idea of a story or a project or a person that we should highlight or interview, please let us know. You can find all the information online, and we are really happy to spread the stories of good people and good workers like Deb who are helping feed Iowans across the state. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you soon.
This week's Hunger Insight is presented by Mom's Meals. This week's Hunger Insight is presented by Mom's Meals.